Friday, and that means it is time for our Fox Carolina tailgate tour. This week we're on the road in Gaffney. They're taking on Dorman, a big game tonight, kicking off at 7:30.
Plus, it's a big weekend over in Tigertown as Clemson is celebrating its homecoming weekend with Tiger-Rama ahead of the big game on Saturday. We've got team coverage of all the football fun right there. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Kendra, Sports Director Beth Hoole are live in Gaffney for a tailgate tour.
That's right, and Mitchell Summers live in Clemson talking all things Tiger-Rama, big homecoming game. But first, let's start with our forecast and Chief Meteorologist Kendra. Gorgeous Friday weather we have today.
Oh, yes, we got very lucky today. It's the sun a little bit in our eyes right now as it's starting to go down. But Beth, I feel like we have had much worse, much hotter days,
yes,
rainier days.
A little bit cooler days. Yeah, it's kind of that perfect, it really feels like fall where it's maybe a little bit chilly in the shade.
Yep.
And just absolutely perfect. For my North Dakota heart, this is some great football weather, to say the least.
And you'll love it in about 2 hours. It starts to really chill down. And that is a reminder to you, if you're heading out to these games tonight, bring your jacket, even though it might not feel too chilly out there right now. As the sun goes down, it's going to get cool. Let's take a look at current temperatures as we're right now in the upper 60s for much of the upstate, which is a little below normal for this time of year. But boy, it feels good. There's not much of a wind, so it really doesn't feel cold at all out there in the mountains, looking at low 60s. And as you head to the games tonight, keep in mind that by kickoff, it's going to be in the mid 50s. And then we'll be looking at it around 50 degrees heading into the 40s during the second half of the game. So jackets will be good, but I think the players are going to love that weather. As we wake up tomorrow morning, it'll still be chilly, but not quite as cold as this morning. And that's kind of been the trend the last few days. Still will probably find a little bit of frost around your backyard with upper 30s to around 40 in the upstate. And then looking ahead to the weekend, couldn't order up a better forecast. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s for Saturday, and carrying that beautiful weather into Sunday as well. But we are looking ahead to the potential for a couple showers next week as we're sitting in a drought. So that's not the best part of this. That's the rough part of having such beautiful days in the fall, as we tend to start getting a little bit dry. But bringing it back out here, you know, Gaffney, of course, has a huge game tonight against Dorman, a couple powerhouses in our area, and it's going to be quite a game.
Yeah, a couple of powerhouses that we've traditionally seen have a lot of success. Of course, Gaffney are defending state champions. Taking on Dorman, though, a team that is undefeated on the season, had that strong success in the out-of-region games, and then have continued to keep that rolling here. They're a perfect 7-0 coming into this one. Wow. Gaffney, a 5-2 record right now. Lost a couple of those early non-region games, but, you know, they give themselves those tough tests so that when it comes to a point in the season like this, they are battle-tested, they understand what it's going to take, and they're going to need every bit of that experience that they gained this year in those games and some of that youth that they've been developing. You know, we've heard about that sophomore class that is just outstanding for this Indians lineup, and they're going to really lean on them as they prepare to take on Dorman. And this is for the title, right? This is for a region title.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure or anything like that. But can you imagine what's going through the minds of the coaches and players? I feel like the beginning, there's that pressure, but as you get toward the end, this is when the really big games, and you know you have the potential to possibly go all the way.
Right, you're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel and what all of that hard work has been for. And, you know, they always talk about, you always hear coaches really talk about building into the end of the season, right? That you can make some of those mistakes early on, but it's about where you finish the season, and we're at that point. We've got just a couple weeks left in the regular season, and this one's super important. That ranking, that spot in the playoffs is oh so important, and we're looking forward to an absolutely spectacular game between these two.
Yeah, we can't wait. Well, not only do we have a big game here, but we've got some excitement going on in Clemson right now.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. The Tigers and the Orange, Syracuse coming to town, two undefeated teams meeting at Clemson, and that's of course where we find sports reporter Mitchell Summers. Mitchell, there's a whole bunch going on out there. It's Tiger-Rama, your first one ever. How is it out there?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. It's a good time. I can't wait to get onto the field, though. The football team is on the field right now, getting their final walkthroughs ahead of course, the big event everyone's waiting for is that homecoming game. But, of course, it is this 66th annual edition of the Tiger-Rama here at Clemson. There is quite the list of events ready for this thing to get going. It starts at 7. The gates are going to open up at 6 o'clock. There'll be performances from bands, including the headliner B.O.B. I mean, I love to see that kind of stuff. And there'll be fireworks and skits, including one from the football team. This event, while fun, has some practical benefits. All proceeds go back to student scholarships, and that raises somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000. The event staff are ready for a fun time.
All of homecoming week in Clemson is just electric, but we love to top it off on Friday night right before the football game. We get to get all students in Death Valley, as well as alumni, family members, kids. Everyone gets to come in and celebrate homecoming together one final time before the big homecoming football game.
It's just such an amazing week where it's back-to-back fun, entertainment, and it just really gets you into the atmosphere of Clemson and lets you feel that there is something in these hills that keeps bringing people back, and this is what you feel in this week.
Yeah, you do. The event theme is called Timeless Tiger Town. It's all about celebrating connections both past and present. Love to see all this kind of stuff. We have more coming up in our 5 and 6 o'clock news as this thing gets closer and closer to those doors opening at 6 o'clock. That's all for me out here in Clemson. Reporting from Tiger Town, Mitchell Summers, Fox Carolina News.
Yeah, we can't wait. Lots of fun festivities this weekend, and the weather looks gorgeous.
Yeah, they couldn't have picked a better weekend for homecoming. So it's a go for all those outdoor activities.
It's a go. We're excited. We'll see you back here at 5 and 6, Mitchell.